Hi there, welcome to another of my reviews of Tai Lopez's 67 Steps. This one's not a review of an actual step, this one is a summary. We just finished step number 20, so I thought I'd go back and take a look at steps 11 through 20. Like I did another review of steps 1 through 10 if you want to go and look for that. I'll put a link somewhere. So, step number 11 was Evolutionary Mismatch. The fact that you can't trust your instincts and impulses all the time because they were evolved for a different set of situations, not the modern world, not the world where we have constant access to fat and sugar. So it's not just physical things, but don't trust your impulses. Learn to make educated guesses and not just guesses, decisions. Step number 12 was a biggie, was your Eulerian Destiny. Great quote that I have to mention every time I talk about this, and that's from Peter Drucker saying, most people think they know what they are good at, and they are usually wrong. Develop an awareness of what your Eulerian Destiny is. Tai recommends asking 4 questions, overlapping those, and in the middle is your Eulerian Destiny. The 4 questions are: what did you grow up around? What have you had positive stranger feedback on? What have you been doing for the last 10 years? And what can you talk about effortlessly? My tongue's very tied today. So those 4 things. In the middle is your destiny, and develop your 1-sentence pitch about yourself or your business. Very important. Step number 13 was the vacation mentality. You shouldn't need a vacation. You know, your life should be an integrated life where you're combining all aspects. You shouldn't be living for the weekend or living for that 1 week off or 2 weeks off. You know, you should be raring to go at what it is you're doing, and you should be able to incorporate that with your life. And also tagged on to that was don't follow your lust. You know, a lot of people talk about following your passion for your as your career, but Tai and myself talk about don't follow your passion, your lust, follow your something that the lust won't wear off. Step number 14 was everything is your fault. Great quote from Maya Angelou, hoping for the best, prepared for the worst, and unsurprised by anything in between. This was all about prepare. Save your money, build your skills, build your knowledge, be aware of the world around you. Step number 15, I call it safety in numbers. Learn to quantify things. This is about Descartes and Cartesian logic, pulling everything down to numbers. Being able to figure out on a numeric basis what's the best choice for you to do. You don't always have to follow the numbers, but if the numbers point something strongly, numbers are pretty cold. They don't worry about the emotions if you don't put the emotions into the numbers. So learn to quantify things, learn math, and live in a consistent manner. Apply these things. Don't be inconsistent. Maybe you won't make every guess right, but the more you do it, the better you'll become at it. Step number 16, be a Renaissance man. Become a polymath. Expose yourself to all the disciplines of, history, art, music, literature, sciences, especially. Work hard, work smart. Use this knowledge to fuel your primary focus. Become a polymath. Step number 17, your 4-hour week. Versus your 14-hour day versus your 4-hour week. Well, what I'm saying is do in 4 hours what other people do in a week. Work hard. Don't outsource things until you're comfortable with the process yourself. You should be aware of what's going on in your company. You should be able to do it, actually. So put in the time. Don't expect to get fast a situation where you can just goof off all the time and make money. It's not going to happen. Forget about it. Step number 18, compare and contrast. When you're trying to do things, realize that what you're doing in the grand scheme of a lot of other things that people have done is pretty simple. It's not as difficult as putting a man on the moon. Don't waste your time on useless stuff, that's not moving you forward. And, those things, what is it called? Majoring in the minors and minoring in the majors. Focusing on these small things that have no impact whatsoever. It doesn't matter if, the laundry gets done this morning or this afternoon. For most people. It doesn't, you don't have to spend an hour looking for, hours looking for some new thing on Amazon, So don't waste your time on useless stuff, but don't simplify the hard things that you do need to do, Perhaps learning to build websites is not as trivial as you think. Perhaps learning to develop content is not as trivial as you think. Step number 19, the education budget. Figure out your discretionary income. That's the money you have left over after your essentials are paid for. And take a third of that and put it on your education. Books, audiobooks, seminars, trips to see mentors. These things that are directly going to put fuel into your brain. And step number 20, remake the world in your vision. Define what you think the world should look like. Where does your company create new value? What does it fit in? What does it do? And rotate things until they're in alignment with that view. Play to your strengths, of course. So don't think. The world should be such a world where I can be a professional soccer player, because that's not going to happen. But maybe if I love soccer, I could structure it so that I'm involved in somehow on a league level, from a business side or promotion side or something like that. Play to your strengths, be aware of the reality of your situation. This all has to do with your Eulerian Destiny as well. If you figured out your Eulerian Destiny, make the world give you that, and don't compromise. Don't compromise. So that was steps 1 to 20 in about 8 minutes. I recommend either watching my fuller, longer reviews, or of course getting Tai's 67 steps and going through it, reading the supplemental materials, reading the books he's talking about. I say go to his website, look at his book list, read those books anyway. You're not going to be worse off. So anyway, that's my summary. And the next one will be step number 21, and we hope to see you there. And subscribe wherever that is. It's probably looking at my thing maybe here. Subscribe and you'll get notified when I post new steps. All right, talk to you soon.